Good evening, everyone. Good evening and welcome to the 2020 Senior Award Ceremony. I'm honored to welcome you and to stand in for Mr. Kyle Hosier, who, as many of you know, welcomed his second daughter last Friday. He sends his greetings to all and his congratulations to the award recipients. To begin our program, I would like to introduce Senior Amiko Shime to sing the national anthem. Amiko?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
Thank you, Amiko. That was amazing. Thank you so much for singing for us. I would like to again welcome you all, welcome students, parents and guardians, Board of Education members, our Superintendent Victoria Newell, and other members of our Edgemont community. Usually we are sitting in the auditorium with the student award recipients on the stage in front of us. Although that is not possible tonight, we are pleased to be gathered virtually to celebrate you, seniors, and recognize your many accomplishments. The last few months have been difficult for everyone, but especially for our seniors. However, you have not let that get in the way of your achievements. You continue to shine in the classroom, in debate, on the stage, on the concert stage, and on the field. And we are so proud of you and so proud to recognize some of your achievements tonight. To present our first award, I would like to introduce Mr. Brian Manuel.
Good evening. Edgemont 2019-2020 season, despite COVID-19's best efforts. This year, our program, a majority who spent 5 years competing for me. Over that time, we've also dealt with our fair share of defeat. These seniors represent Edgemont's best and brightest, and have all become too accustomed to receiving awards like tonight due to their excellence in competition. However, it has been their resilience after a defeat that has helped make them the students they are today. To highlight some achievements from our season, we had students consistently ranked in the top 10 polls for national debate competitors. We have won team and individual awards at every major invitational we attended. We qualified students in all 3 events to the Tournament of Champions, and we qualified a team to the National Debate National Championship. It's important to note these seniors' success comes at one of the most important times in modern history. Debate is more important now than ever. And to borrow from a colleague, because we are in the middle of a global pandemic and providing our students the tools to analyze public health information is more important than ever. We are in an election year where the presidency, a third of the Senate, and the entire House are up for re-election, and providing our students civic literacy and advocacy skills is more important than ever. We witness senseless, racist violence occurring every day, and providing our students the racial and cultural competence to creatively find solutions for social injustice is more important than ever. And finally, our students are spending more time in front of screens than any point in history, and providing our students the tools to critically evaluate news and make informed decisions is more important than ever. But tonight, we're here to honor 7 special seniors as National Speech and Debate Association Academic All-Americans, receiving their awards for outstanding and superior distinction. The National Speech and Debate Association's Honor Society recognizes high school students for participation in speech and debate activities. Students earn distinction through speech and debate competition, as well as community service, public speaking, and leadership activities. Members of the Honor Society are held to the Code of Honor, the highest standards of integrity, humility, respect, leadership, and service. These standards have been valued by the NSDA since their founding in 1925 and were officially adopted as the Code of Honor in 2007. Over the past 90 years, the NSDA has celebrated the achievements of nearly 2 million alumni. This year's award winners are also NSDA Academic All-Americans. The Academic All-American Award celebrates the academic excellence and competitive success of high school students. Fewer than 2% of the NSDA students earn this designation each year out of the nearly 150,000 active members. Therefore, congratulations to Kelly Kong, Ria Gampati, Iris Lynn, Nikhil Malik, Amar Sandhu, Rohan Shah, and Yukio Semimoto for being National Speech and Debate Association Academic All-Americans, also receiving the honor of outstanding and superior distinction in the NSDA Honor Society. I will now turn over the screen to Dr. Mitch Shapiro to present the Peer Leadership Award.
Thanks, Brian. For a second year in a row, every peer advocacy group meeting was held during a lunch period instead of during class time. Thanks again to the PTSA for funding periodic lunches for all the groups. We had 18 peer leaders this year who were charged with facilitating groups of 15 to 20 same grade high school students. Every group met every other week, and after March 12th, nothing changed except for the time of day when the groups were to be held. Meetings continued virtually as if nothing had happened. And I'd like to publicly thank the entire group, and in particular our senior class of leaders, for helping ensure that there was limited disruption to this vital social and emotional learning and support service when schools closed. Those graduating seniors are Alexis Chan, Jillian Dufalo, Griffin Frank, Shar Kakal, Andrew Perlman, Nick Scagnelli, Jared Terrell, and Laura Winich. This year's Peer Leadership Award goes to two of those seniors. I would describe the first as my co-pilot. She's always first to volunteer to help, inform, and organize. I also recall that she's the one making sure that every leader has a ride home from our Wednesday night meetings every week. She's the first to bring it to my attention if someone feels disconnected, and always has her eye keenly focused on the larger goals of the program. She's got a well-developed ability to take a step back and see the bigger picture, and usually make suggestions that move the needle in a positive direction, whatever the issue may be. The second student is perfectly suited for this job and stood out as an obvious choice when he took the opportunity to apply at the end of his freshman year. He engages his advocacy group members and inspires confidence quickly. Though he's generally a lighthearted guy with a good sense of humor, in the peer groups his demeanor is always calm and serious. Speaking freely about his own challenges but never making them the center of a group's discussion, the tone he strikes, as well as his careful word choices, let students know that they are important, that their feelings are important, and that peer is a place where they can trust and get honest feedback about an issue, no matter how small or trivial it may seem to them. It gives me great pleasure and a little bit of sadness to present this year's Peer Leadership Awards to Jared Terrell and Laura Winich. I'll now turn the microphone over to Miss Elizabeth Scott, who will present the Builders Club Award.
Thank you, Mitch. When students get to be seniors, they sometimes decide it's time to let younger students take over their roles as community service volunteers. This year, though, a great group of 12 seniors has remained committed to trying to make life a little easier for people in need. I've missed not being able to do our final midnight runs, soup kitchen visits, and tie-dyeing fundraisers with them, but I've loved working with them through the years, and I know they will go on to contribute to every community they enter. In their honor, I have made a contribution to the Midnight Run, and I extend sincere thanks to Evelyn Chu, Delphine DeBarg, Elsa DeBarg, Jillian Dufalo, Ali Gavaser, Tiana Guo, Anjali Patel, Ellie Rieger, Tinu Seju, Ibi Salimi, Ashna Shah, and Kianya Gubzadeh. Thank you. And now I turn the mic over to Mrs. Jane Jacobs, who will present the Vijay Nibanapudi Memorial Scholarship Award.
Hello, all. Vijay Nibanapudi, class of 2007, was an extremely special young man who unfortunately left us way too soon. He was a kind and caring young man with a gentle spirit and a compassion for others. Vijay was diagnosed with cancer in elementary school. It returned when he entered high school, and it eventually took his life shortly after his graduation. Despite all Vijay had to endure, he never gave up or gave in. He was aware of his strengths, and he did what he needed to do to graduate, which was his lifelong goal. Each year, the recipient of this award is selected based on the premise that he or she is as driven by their personal strengths as Vijay was. This year's scholarship recipient is not the same young person as the ninth grader I first met. This person has matured both academically and socially and was determined to show all who know him his true capabilities. This student has truly developed into a very special person, one who is aware of his strengths, yet not afraid to address areas that can be challenging. This person has discovered who he is and what he can and has accomplished. The faculty and his fellow students have watched this gradual transition occur and congratulate him for all that he has accomplished. It is my distinct pleasure to present this year's Vijay Nibanapudi Scholarship Award to a young man who is a model student, a chess player, and hopefully a future engineer. I ask that he reflects on Sai Baba, an Indian spiritual master's quote, as he continues his life's journey. Life is a song, sing it. Life is a game, play it. Life is a challenge, meet it. Life is a dream, realize it. Life is a sacrifice, offer it. Life is love, enjoy it. This year's Vijay Nibanapudi Scholarship Award is presented to the one and only Derek Chen. Congratulations, I am so, so proud of you. It is now my pleasure to turn the mic over to Ms. Paulette Spiegel.
Can I be heard? Hi.
Yes, all set.
Okay, thank you. The Nancy Rose Tannenbaum Scholarship Fund began in 2009, shortly after Mrs. Tannenbaum's untimely death. She worked at the Edgemont Junior Senior High School for over 27 years as a study skills teacher and a special education teacher. Every student was important to Nancy. She saw the potential in her students and their own individual strengths. This year's recipient is a young man who has an inner strength to be successful and overcome any obstacle. He is kind and shows compassion to his peers through his good humor and his friendship. He is well-rounded and looks at all sides before he makes a decision on a topic. He stands strong in his values and in his personal beliefs and is well respected by both his peers and teachers. This young man is a mature and a natural leader. Being part of Phaedrus, he was able to use his leadership skills to help the community and others through volunteering. He's planning on continuing his leadership skills in an ROTC program during college, where he will continue to work on new challenges and be an active member in the community. Through hard work and volunteering, he will continue to help others and work towards a greater cause. It is with great pleasure that I present this year's Nancy Tannenbaum Scholarship Award to Michael Fitzgerald. Congratulations. Oh, I'm sorry. Now I would like to introduce Mr. Baum to present the next award.
Thank you, Ms. Spiegel. I'm presenting the New York State Comptroller Award, which is meant to recognize a student who has shown academic excellence and the potential for leadership through involvement in activities that improve the school or community. The award promotes the ideal of public service among the leaders of tomorrow. I've actually had the distinct pleasure of knowing the recipient of this award since they were a freshman in my Algebra 1 class. Even then, they possessed a rare poise. Where it's easy for students at that age to mistake bravado for confidence, the students had the kind of assuredness that ironically only comes to individuals who are humble enough to appreciate and accept all that they have to learn. They have never been one to presume to have already all the answers. Instead, they trust that their curiosity will direct them to the right inquiry and that their intelligence, their ability to process expertise or perspectives different from their own, will allow them to develop understanding. According to stereotype, math teachers are primed to react adversely when a student asks, why do we need this? Because apparently we know deep down that we may not always have an adequate answer to that question. While there may be some truth to that, anytime this student asked why or how, I knew they weren't trying to be a smart aleck. They have plenty of friends to do that for them, and I won't name any names. They genuinely wanted to know how the world around them ticks. They are unafraid to push themselves or those around themselves. I've seen this person help their peers directly by explaining a concept, and more subtly by exposing gaps in their friends' knowledge by simply asking them, ever graciously, how they know what they claim to know. I am delighted to present this award to Jared Terrell. Congratulations, Jared. And now I'd like to turn things over to Mr. Hansenbrick and Ms. Spinelli, who will present the Foreign Language Awards.
Thank you, Mr. Baum. With the assistance of my colleague, Ms. Spinelli, we'll be presenting the World Language Awards. Ms. Spinelli will now present the Excellence in French Award.
Good evening, everybody. Ashna Iris. Congratulations on this French award. Not an easy one to get. All those years, you both have shown a particular interest in this subject, tremendous effort in all of the skill required to comprehend French, involved participation when silence was getting too long, diligence, and appreciable work ethic. I commend you for 6 years of really hard work, as well as, let's not forget, fun parties where we not only ate Francophone food, but also listened and sang French classic and not so classic songs. You spend a fair amount of time learning about the Francophone culture. That is why you should travel to those Francophone countries to put to the test what you have learned in class and to not forget this beautiful language that you work so hard in acquiring. Bravo les filles, je suis super fière. Proud of you girls. And now back to Mr. Jonathan Hansenbrook.
Thank you, Ms. Spinelli. On behalf of my Spanish teaching colleagues, I have the privilege to present the Excellence in Spanish Award. Our recipient's current teacher, Mr. Robert Jeremiah, writes, "This year's winner of the Excellence in Spanish Award has greatly contributed to our Spanish classes over the years. She has a keen eye for detail and an excellent command of grammar from the basics to the most advanced. Most importantly, she makes worthwhile contributions in class, as demonstrated by her willingness to speak in order to share her experiences and opinions. In addition, she possesses excellent writing and listening skills that really show her knack for Spanish. Our hope is that she will continue to use her strong language skills once she leaves Edgemont. It is with great pleasure that the Spanish teachers give this year's award to Zornitza Piva. Congratulations." Now my pleasure to present the Excellence in Latin Award. There are 2 recipients this year. While each is unique in his own way, they both share many of the same qualities that make them worthy recipients of this award. Both have incredible Latin skills honed through years of hard work and dedication. Between the 2 of them, they share 9 gold medals on the National Latin exam and have distinguished themselves academically throughout the last 6 years. Most of all, they model tremendous academic skills and intellectual skills day in and day out in class.
They are willing to share their expertise, but more importantly, they are always willing to learn from their peers. They are open to learning and never rest on their laurels. The way they worked with each other, with other wonderful members, of our Latin class, helped make this year, as difficult as it was, a wonderful experience for their classmates and for me. Finally, though again, they are unique, they do share one other similarity, their name. It is my pleasure to present the Excellence of Latin Awards to Jack Friedman and Jack Tomkowitz. Congratulations to you both. It's been a pleasure and an honor to be your teacher, and I know Ms. Condos feels the same way. I now invite my colleague, Ms. Bayless, to present the Science Awards.
Good evening, everyone. It looks like Ms. Bales is having a little difficulty with her connection. So let me see if I can hop in here and help out for a second. Okay. The Academic Excellence in Science Award is given to seniors who not only excel in their classes, but exhibit enthusiasm and a love for learning. This year's recipients have been described by their teachers as someone who loves to challenge themselves and the joy to teach. This year's award winners are Olga Lev-Kadraska and Teg Kosla. The department would also like to present the Environmental Club Award to Mariah Kim. Over the past 2 years, Mariah has developed a strong relationship between Edgemont and Greenberg Nature Center. The club's moderator, Ms. McDougall, has shared that Mariah is a natural leader and a pleasure to work with. Now I'd like to introduce Ms. Rachel Golub, who will be presenting the awards for the Math Department.
Hello, the Math Department would like to present mathematics awards to students who both achieve tremendous success and, more importantly, contribute to the learning of others through their contributions during class. For excellence in Algebra 2, the award goes to Kenny Zong. For excellence in Advanced Placement Calculus, the award goes to Jack Friedman. For excellence in Advanced Placement Computer Science, the award goes to Jack Tomkowitz. For excellence in Advanced Placement Statistics, the award goes to Ashna Shah. For excellence in Pre-Calculus, the award goes to Christina Zong. The Math Department would also like to present awards to 2 students who are among the New York Math League high scorers for this year. And those awards go to Max Lee and Taka Araki. Also to Max Lee and Taka Araki for their strong participation and performance as part of the Westchester Putnam Math League. And last, for his high score on the AMC, or the American Math Competition, to Max Lee. We are proud of all of you. I would now like to introduce Mr. Ken Rosenberg to present the next award.
Hello. The award for academic excellence in the study of American government goes to a student whose knowledge and interest in the subject was outstanding throughout the fall course in AP Government. On a daily basis, he greatly enlivened class discussion. The award for academic excellence goes to Rohan Shah. And now I'll turn it over to Mr. Carigliato for the Performing Arts and Fine Arts Awards.
Thank you, Mr. Rosenberg. On behalf of Mr. Coffin, it's my pleasure to present the Excellence in Photography and Film Studies Award. The following 2 students have shown excellence in their area of photography and film studies. While studying advanced film criticism, Phoebe Allen Chang and Anthony Bianchi showed exceptional passion for the study and analysis of film, while also creating one of the best short films that Edgemont students have done in well over a decade. Their short film was submitted to and considered for a number of national student film festivals and contests. Their contributions to the class dynamic and aesthetic culture of the arts at Edgemont was inspired and exceptional. It's my pleasure to award them the Edgemont Excellence in Photography and Film Studies Award. Congratulations, Phoebe and Anthony. I'll now turn it over to Mrs. Brittany Robinson Chen for the National School Orchestra Award.
Thank you, Mr. Carigliato. The National School Orchestra Award is the highest designation that can be bestowed upon an individual student. It is presented to 2 students who have shown exemplary commitment to their school orchestra. Both recipients have participated in orchestra throughout their school years, regularly volunteer to help musicians in the younger grades, and are wonderful musical role models to the entire program. It is my pleasure to announce that the 2020 recipients of the National School Orchestra Award are Aaron Kuo and Amiko Shime. Now please return your attention to Mr. Cataliato for the rest of the band awards.
Thank you, Mrs. Robinson-Chen. Taking these awards slightly out of order, we begin with the John Philip Sousa Band Award. This award is the pinnacle of achievement for high school band students. Created in 1955, the award honors the top student in a high school band and recognizes superior musicianship and outstanding dedication. It is my pleasure to present this award to the 2020 recipients, Olga Lukadroyska and Zornitsa Piva. The highest achievement in high school jazz band since 1974, the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award honors outstanding jazz students. The recipients of this year's award have been an integral part of the jazz band as both section leaders and soloists. It's my pleasure to present the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award to Griffin Blotner and Jason Older. And finally, the Frederick Fennell Wind Ensemble Award is the most highly regarded award given to a high school instrumentalist. It's named after Frederick Fennell, founder of the Wind Ensemble at the Eastman School of Music in 1952. This year's recipients have demonstrated exceptional musical maturity and superb artistry in wind ensemble. The 2020 recipients of the Frederick Fennell Wind Ensemble Award are Jordan Bench and Jake Smiley. It's now my pleasure to turn your attention to Mrs. Kelly Morse with the Choral Awards.
Good evening. I would first like to present the Choral Directors Award. This award recognizes the talent of performers. These are the students who go above and beyond the call of duty and are consistently available to assist who learn their music first and can always be counted on to support those around them. This year's recipients are all by their peers. I would like to present the 2020 Choral Directors Award to Scarlett Cabrera, Abigail Schulman, and Sonia Seth. Congratulations. The Excellence in Vocal Jazz Music Award. This award recognizes superior musicianship in the area of vocal jazz. This year's recipient is an outstanding jazz musician with boundless energy and musical versatility. She exhibits superior dedication and creativity and sings with incredible passion. Outside of school, this year's recipient won the prestigious Superior Musician Award at the 2020 National Jazz Festival. She was also a top 10 finalist in the Jazz Solo Singer competition at the National Jazz Festival and received an honorable mention. I would like to present the 2020 Excellence in Vocal Jazz Award to Amiko Shime. Congratulations, Amiko. And lastly, the National School Choral Award. The National School Choral Award is the highest honor for high school choral performers. It is a nationally governed award presented to students who demonstrate exceptional talent, leadership, and excellence. It recognizes the outstanding contributions and dedication to the program, as well as the superior musical achievements of the top young men and women in the choral department. The 2020 recipients are Iola Chang Thomas, Joshua Kirshner, Andrew Perlman, and Amiko Shime. Congratulations. It's now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Scott to present the next award.
Thank you, Ms. Morse. The Edgemont School Foundation supports and enhances the Edgemont School District's curriculum, students, and teachers. In keeping with their mission, the foundation recognizes a graduating student who typifies the Edgemont tradition of excellence through their personal achievement, outstanding service, and professional achievement. They are an inspiration to the entire community. This year's recipient is indeed that inspiration. First, she's a model volunteer herself, involved in so many projects, one wonders how she also manages to be the great student she is. But she seems to have found the truth that giving to others makes more possible. Watch her at the Student Activities Fair, and you'd catch a glimpse of her many school activities as she jumps from table to table to represent the French Club DECA, Matchups, Peer, Model UN, and Builders Club, inviting others to get involved. Outside of school, the activities stretched still wider. Earning her Girl Scout Gold Medal, she volunteered at Children's Village, but just working with the boys there wasn't enough. She began to teach them to cook and to look for other ways that they could be involved and feel good about themselves. She noticed that one came alive on the basketball court, and so she connected him with a high school basketball player with whom he could gain friendship and confidence. Seeing the thoughtfulness of another young guy, she encouraged him to join the Greenberg Youth Court, another program to which she had devoted time and caring. Meanwhile, she was learning to play a mean hand bridge so that she could fill in when one of her grandmother's partners fell ill, and she started teaching some friends how to play so that they could do the same. Well, that may not have been her most successful endeavor, but what it did lead to was the creation of Matchups, a club that she started to match people wanting to volunteer with fitting opportunities to do so. Along the way, she has led other friends in projects like cooking meals for families of children fighting cancer at the Ronald McDonald House. In short, you might be exhausted just listening to all she does, but you can't help but be inspired by the enthusiastic, boundless way she sees opportunity to engage and help in every direction. This year's most deserving recipient of the Edgemont School Foundation Award is Jillian Dufano. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce Mrs. Michelle Merlini, who will present the Teacher Recognition Awards.
Thank you, Ms. Scott, very much. Each year, the faculty recognizes 2 students, 1 male and 1 female in each grade, who are enthusiastic, supportive, a pleasure to have in class, and who make the classroom a better place for everyone. I am so proud to announce the 2020 12th grade Teacher Recognition Award winners are Ashna Shah and Nicholas Scagnelli. Congratulations. I now introduce Mr. Anthony DeRosa with some athletic awards.
The Senior Athletic Leadership Award, formerly the E-Club Leadership Award, was first awarded in 1995 and is presented to 1 senior male athlete and 1 senior female athlete for their leadership qualities they exhibited, the commitment to athletics they made, and the level of sportsmanship they displayed in competition throughout their high school careers. Tonight's recipients, as those before them, have been excellent role models for their teammates, have been quality individuals both on and off the field, and have exhibited leadership qualities at all times. This award has been voted on by our coaches, so the recipients have not only made an impact on their own coaches, but they've also made an impact on other coaches in our program, which speaks volumes about their character. Along with the award, each recipient will receive a $350 scholarship. So without further ado, I will announce this year's recipients. The female recipient of the 2020 Senior Athletic Leadership Award is Alexis Chan. The male recipient of the 2020 Senior Athletic Leadership Award is Zach Stern. Congratulations, Alexis and Zach. The Arthur V. Mann Award. During the early years of Edgemont Junior Senior High School, Arthur V. Mann was an athletic director and multi-sport coach. Dave Kinsing, who our basketball classic is named after, was a colleague and disciple of Arthur Mann and created an award in his name to recognize and honor outstanding senior athletes who have excelled in multiple sports during their junior and senior years here at Edgemont. The athletes receiving this award tonight have received multiple accolades in their respective sports during their junior and senior years. Such honors may include all league designations, all section designations, being a coach's award recipient, and or a most valuable player recipient. This year's Arthur V. Mann Award winners are Lauren Alexander, 2-time All-League and All-Section during her junior and senior years, participating in tennis and track and field. Alexis Chan, 3-time All-League two-time All-Section, two-time Coaches Award winner, and MVP during her junior and senior years, participating in tennis, basketball, and golf. Ryan Gordon, two-time All-League and MVP. During his junior and senior years, participating in football and lacrosse. Sharika Kaul, two-time All-League, a Coaches Award winner, and two-time MVP during her junior and senior years, participating in soccer and basketball. Ava Pizzurro, three-time All-League and an MVP during her junior and senior years, participating in basketball and lacrosse. And our final recipient is Zach Stern, five-time All-League, two-time All-Section, a Coaches Award winner, and two-time MVP in his time during his junior and senior years in soccer, basketball, and lacrosse. Finally, we have the Panther Elite Award. The Panther Elite Recognition Award is given to students who participated on 3 varsity teams, who participated in 9 varsity total seasons during their Edgemont athletic career. These students are not only exceptional athletes, they are exceptional athletes who have the versatility to excel in multiple sports. This award was created to recognize and honor the multi-sport athlete, and in particular, the 3-sport athlete, who in this day and age of sport specialization has become a rarity. These students will be awarded a custom blanket to commemorate this distinction. This year's Panther Elite athletes are Alexis Chan, tennis, basketball, and golf. Joshua Kirshner, cross country, indoor track, and track and field. Michelle Lowe, cross country, indoor track, and track and field. Ray Nakamura, cross country, indoor track, and track and field. Andrew Perlman, soccer, basketball, and lacrosse. And Zach Stern, soccer, basketball, and lacrosse. Thank you all for being such a major part of Edgemont athletics. I would like to now introduce Miss Alicia Harrison to present the Elliot Engel Certificate of Special Congressional Recognition.
In each class, there are those special students whose accomplishments and untiring efforts have benefited the school and community. This is the student who is interested in others, who is always there when help is needed, who gets the job done, while at the same time maintaining a high scholastic record. This is the student for whom the Certificate of Special Congressional Recognition is intended. The certificate honoree tonight is a student who exemplifies these qualities. In the classroom, this student is an enthusiastic participant who truly enjoys learning, brings a positive energy to class, and is intellectually curious. In addition, this student can be counted on to elevate class discussions and is always an asset to group learning. On the GO, this student was incredibly dependable, beginning in 9th grade and throughout the past 4 years, culminating with a leadership role as one of the senior presidents. The student was always willing to lend a hand and took on large responsibilities from the start. The student was instrumental in planning for events and could be counted on to step up when others wouldn't. This student may have a future in politics, as he has never failed to greet me in the hallway and before and after each class for the 3 years I have known him, and I hope he continues to put himself out there. In the words of Mr. Rosenberg, this student gives me hope for the future. I am proud to present the Certificate of Special Congressional Recognition to Jack Friedman. Now I would like to introduce Ms. Corey Karp, who will present the Joseph McCurdy Scholar Athlete Award.
Thank you, Lisa. The Joseph McCurdy Scholar Athlete Award is presented each year to the senior female student who best personifies Edgemont's school spirit, morale, and accomplishment through her outstanding scholastic and athletic achievement. Throughout her time here at Edgemont Junior Senior High School, this student has earned an incredible amount of sports honors and accolades. She has played 3 varsity sports, tennis, basketball, and golf, earning the role of captain on each team because of her amazing leadership and skill. She has won coaches awards in all 3 sports, played all league, and earned MVP and most improved along the way. Both on and off the court and course, this student has served as a caring role model, always there for her teammates and leading them through her actions and encouraging words.
This student's zest for life is shown in her enthusiasm for everyone around her, dedication to her sport, and just all-around athletic prowess. When I spoke to Athletic Director Anthony DeRosa, he praised the student and said she has certainly been one of Edgemont's standout student athletes and has had a stellar athletic career. She left a positive mark on the Edgemont athletic program, and we are very grateful for that. As you can see, Edgemont has been so lucky to have her. In her academic classes, this student is no different and shines in all of her courses. She has the most positive attitude towards learning, and that energy is truly contagious. Whether she is researching how to filter water in Belize to remove parasite risk for her science scholars and Phaedra's final projects, earning a first-place prize in the competitive poster category of Earth and Environmental Science in her science scholar work at the Junior Science and Humanities Symposium, analyzing the horror genre and facilitating class discussion in English, debating the death penalty in her social studies class. This student loves to ask questions, listen to different perspectives, advocate for her own opinion, and research topics in depth so that she can learn more and more. She has truly taken to heart the Phaedrus motto of learning for the sake of learning in all of her courses. And all of her teachers, including me, are so proud of the mature and passionate individual that she has become. We can't wait to hear what she accomplishes in her future. Finally, the student is always willing to help others and put their needs before her own. She has participated in various community service walks and fundraisers, blood drives, and service building trips on the Jersey Shore. She plays music for the elderly in Westchester in her free time and organizes various school supply and book drives to help others all over the world. Her work in Latin America is ongoing, and she works tirelessly to help those with less have more access to health care. In each of these roles, she is a true leader, always sincere and thoughtful of everyone around her. She is a true social activist in every way. I couldn't be more honored to give the Joseph McCurdy to Alexis Chan. Alexis, we are so proud of you and know that you will take that same passion and the needs of the world with you as you graduate Edgemont. Please give a round of applause to Alexis. Now I would like to introduce Mr. Craig Moses, who will be presenting the William D. Moyle Scholarship.
Thank you. The William D. Moyle senior male student who best personifies Edgemont's school spirit, morale, through his outstanding scholastic and athletic achievement. This year's recipient is a young man who has been a three-sport varsity athlete since the 10th grade. In his time as an Edgemont student athlete, not only has this young man displayed athletic prowess and strong study habits, but he has also embodied the qualities of dedication, determination, compassion for his teammates, and leadership. This leadership shined through as he was named captain for the soccer, basketball, and lacrosse teams this year. As his basketball coach, I will always remember him for being the only player I have ever had where no matter how mad, how nervous, or how upset at something I was, he always said the perfect thing to put a smile back on my face and make me laugh. It is student athletes like him that make me love what I do every day as a teacher and a coach. Getting to know this young man for the past 4 years has been my privilege, and I couldn't possibly be more proud of him. It is my pleasure to present this year's William D. Moyle Scholar Athlete Award to Zachary Stern. Congratulations. Now, I would like to introduce Mr. Brian Manuel, who will be presenting the award for Mr. Edgemont. Thank you.
Mr. Edgemont is presented to a senior male student who embodies the qualities that best represent the highest ideals of Edgemont. Since his 8th grade year, I knew that one day I would be tasked with giving a speech on his behalf. Rohan's remarkable accomplishments up to this point exemplify his natural talent, and of the hundreds, if not thousands, of students I have coached over the past 20 years, he is perhaps the most gifted. From winning top speaker among nearly 500 of the country's most skilled debate competitors at the National Speech and Debate Association's National Championship tournament last year to inspiring the leaders of tomorrow as chair of the New York High School Democrats, Rohan demonstrates immense potential. Though the contents of the speech cannot even begin to convey what an extraordinary individual he is, I'll try my best. Rohan's tenacity, character, and leadership make him an exceptional student, as well as a conscientious team member. Edgemont's debate program has more than 60 active participants in a variety of events, yet Rohan serves as a mentor to each one, providing guidance and encouragement on a daily basis. His positive attitude fosters a supportive learning environment, and he spends many afternoons patiently working with younger students to review challenging material and answer endless questions. Furthermore, Rohan's drive to succeed never impedes his commitment to ethical action. He respects the contributions of those who precede him, along with the institutions that facilitate the opportunities available to him. Indeed, upon joining the debate team in 8th grade, he approached me every day after school to request selections from old debate journals so he could better understand how the activity evolved into what it is today. Fellow educators have often remarked that he is an old soul in a young body, and I agree wholeheartedly. In my humble opinion, Rohan's unique blend of intellect and maturity makes him the type of student who comes along once in a lifetime. If I were to meet you all in person, I would spend hours regaling you with stories of his many successes throughout the 5 years I've known him. In truth, Edgemont should feel lucky to have had a student of Rohan's caliber. I know I am, which is why I'm honored to present Rohan Shaw this year's Mr. Edgemont Award. I will now turn over the screen to Mr. Steve Rubenstein to present Miss Edgemont.
Before we go ahead, I'd like to start by saying thank you to Ms. Johnson for letting me in. Can everyone hear all right? All right.
Steve, you're good. Yep.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope you heard the beginning part about Ms. Johnson. She's every trick to get me here. Another thing I want to do, seniors, before we move ahead, is that graduation is going to be, who knows when it's going to be. And as you know, every year I like to wear some cons to, dedicate myself and my wardrobe to you guys. And I just wanted you to see them that I was going to wear them. Okay, so we have right here, witnesses. Witness, this is what I was going to wear this year. Okay. All right, that went over great. So about 5 or 6 years ago, I was coming down to the track, and some of the kids come running up to me and go, Coach, we got a new runner. I'm like, oh, that's exciting. Tell me a little bit about her. And they go, she's from Bronxville. I go, how do you know? Oh, she's like, 5'10" and 100 pounds, and she's a great athlete. I'm like, oh, that's great. Well, let's we got one of those on our team. That's awesome. I went over, and it was not someone from Bronxville, but it was the only blonde-haired girl who's that size that we have around here, and she ends up being one of the best runners that we've ever had. But that's not as far as it goes with her. I learned over the years coaching her and just talking to her and being lucky enough to be on campus so people could come and talk to me. She is the off the charts amazing person with so many wonderful traits that people have that win this award. I've been here for a long time. This award means a lot. It shows you how much you are respected by the faculty and by everybody else here at Edgemont, and you should feel that way for sure. This wonderful young lady is honest. She's funny, great sense of humor. She's very athletic, okay? And I know wherever she goes, she's going to take a little piece of Edgemont with her. And I think when we're done here, we're going to take a little piece of her as well. She is absolutely amazing. It's my pleasure to give the Miss Edgemont Award to Lila Willis. Thank you.
I'd like to introduce Ms. Michelle Merlini to give our final award.
Hi again, everyone. The Larson School Spirit Award is presented to the senior who has made the greatest contribution towards maintaining the values and traditions that we consider being the spirit of Edgemont. The we in the equation represents the Edgemont Junior Senior High School faculty and staff. This year, the winner is deserving of this extremely honorable recognition. From the work in the classroom and the ability to help others academically, this student stands out. This student gets involved because they truly care about the cause and/or activity they are representing. They are loved and respected by students and staff. I have watched this student give 100% to everything they take on since 8th grade. Personally, I can tell you with 100% certainty that it is because of this student that you will love every single page of Prospectus 2020 when you receive it. I am proud to announce the Larson School Spirit winner is Olga Lou Hidroska. Congratulations, Olga. Big hug.
Thank you, Ms. Merlini, and thank you to all of our presenters. Students, I hope you've seen tonight how proud your teachers are of you. We congratulate you on your many accomplishments and thank you and your parents for joining us tonight. We will make a recording of tonight's event available for your viewing pleasure at a later date. We also will make sure you get your trophies, your certificates, awards, and for some of you, a check, and they will be delivered to you in the next few weeks. I thank you again for joining us, and again, I congratulate all of you. Thank you and have a good evening.